Greetings everyone! This is the first 100% delirium map I did after making what I consider to be the final changes to my version of the Kay Necromancer build. Hope you enjoy. Because I know I can clear these maps, but I'm not sure I can clear them with this setup. I haven't actually tried it. Also, another thing we're gonna get soon is we're gonna get Awakened Curse on hit. So the reason we do that is so that we can... Where's Kosis? Where are you, my dude? Oh, what the... I can't see him. Anyway, he's dead. The reason we're gonna do that is so that we can cast an additional curse. So we're gonna put elemental weakness on our bar, as well as projectile weakness, which is like a 10% DPS. This is really laggy though. I think it's because I'm recording as well, but this is laggy as hell. Whatever. Also, probably the particles from the aspect of the spider with this many mobs definitely aren't helping. But whatever, we're fine now. I mean, it's doable. It's just very hectic. But yeah, as you can see, this build really just clears pretty much everything. It's pretty good. And yeah, if like it wasn't so laggy, which I'll which I will fix in a second, or will be fixed in a second, this would be amazing in terms of clear. Yeah, I mean, I must say I'm pretty surprised by how well this clears. Also, you might notice we're using Wise Oak. The reason why we're using Wise Oak is because Wise Oak was this flask over here. The reason we're using Wise Oak is because of the fact that I made it a point to cap all my resists on the same exact number, so I have 75 to all resists at this point. And the reason for that is because most of the times when I die in these maps is usually from some form of like fire damage, fire burst. So having a bunch of fire mitigation or elemental mitigation is really good. So that's the reasoning behind it. Yeah, we're actually following the same process we did yesterday. Basically, just run the map, and when we're done with it, just clear the gear we get. I must say this has been pretty smooth so far. I'm not really keen on the fact that I have. I'm not really keen on the fact that I only have 5.2k health, 5.3, but I have a lot of mitigation, so I don't really die that easily. Even with this low health, I'm still pretty tanky. Also, I changed one of my flasks so that I don't have a chance to avoid attacks, but instead I have Divine Faith, Bottle Faith. Oh, oof, that was a big hit. But yeah, see, like that hit normally would have just gotten me much lower than it did there, so having that little bit of mitigation really helps. Okay, yeah, this is gonna be big. Okay, yeah, this is gonna be huge. Need to be really careful around here. Because these monsters do actually have increased area of effect, so that is pretty problematic. But we're doing fine so far, we're clearing pretty well. Like, this might have be one of the fastest maps I've cleared, so far at least. And speaking of the gear, my gear is, I'd say, pretty much finished. There are a couple of gems and upgrades that I'm gonna be getting. Oh my god, that lag. Holy Christ. Alright, there are a couple of upgrades that I'm gonna be getting pretty soon. Namely, the big one I'm thinking is the... Okay, yeah, you need to move. Wow, that's hell. Yeah, and I made it worse for some reason. I'm like, yeah, let's go open the bridge. Why not? Okay, move out of there. One of the big upgrades we're gonna be getting is Curse on Hit, the Awakened version. A second big upgrade we're gonna be getting is the... Okay, we want my mobs to be close to me so that they can... yeah. That's one big upgrade we're gonna be getting. The next one is gonna be maybe a better wand. I think my gear overall is fine, and I'm not gonna upgrade anything else on it. To be honest, at this point I want to just make back some of the currency that I used while crafting this stuff. Because I actually did end up using a lot of currency to craft it. I used around 60 or something exalts, or actually no, I used more than that. Because I used about 50 exalts to craft the helmet, and I used another like 20 something to buy like the gems, to buy stuff, to craft the amulet, all that good stuff. So at this point I'm left with like, I don't know, a couple of exalts plus simulacrums that I'm hoping to sell. So yeah, we want to make back some of the currency we used while crafting this stuff. And that's the point of this stream. Like today has, or rather yesterday, which were, actually yesterday was like, all the things that I'm talking about obviously happened off stream yesterday, but yesterday was like a pretty good day. I was pretty lucky with everything I was doing. And discounting the fact that I spent around 900 chaos trying to get tier 1 life on the helmet and I didn't end up getting it, it still was a lucky day so far. So yeah, I think I'd say we're making good progress here. We're clearing this map pretty fast. Like at this point we're at 6 minutes and the map is almost done. Like there's just this little section and the boss left. So yeah, all in all, this has been pretty good. Like this build clears pretty well. And going a little bit back to a discussion I had yesterday, this build is pretty insane. Like being able to clear this fast and have this much damage on a... I mean, this build is relatively low budget, right? Like, you might say, oh, you spend about, 100 something exalts to get this build. How is this budget? Well, think about it this way. To make a decent aura stacker, which is one of the more powerful builds in the game, you need about 500 exalts in currency, for the voices and whatnot. This build is a lot different. You just need, let's say, 100 chaos or 100 exalts worth of gear, and you don't even need that. Like, my helmet cost so much because it had the enchantment. If it didn't, it would have cost 20, or rather, I don't know, 30 exalts or something. Or about 10 or 15 to make. So my gear, if you discount some more expensive pieces like the enchant and whatnot, is not that insane or that expensive. And yet I can clear a full delirium map in 7 minutes. Alright, so that's the map. If I didn't have like Alva, that'll be basically the map. And there you have it. Keep in mind that I will be making a detailed version of this build later this week. In that video, I will be going over the changes I made to the Kay Spectre build, as well as some of the logic behind them. I will also be going over all of the gear that I used for this build, as well as the cost to either craft them or buy them yourselves. Lastly, if you can't wait that long, you can find the POB of this build in its current state down in the description of this video. Thanks for watching and have a good day.